Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost, part 11. Now I most likely will be continuing to do this one until it's finished off. Then I'll go back to Dragon Kin Deku and finish that off. Then I'll have two What Ifs take their place, like I said in the last episode of Dragon Kin Deku. So this one will be continuing on until I finish it off. We're already at episode 11, so I'm not sure how many episodes I'm gonna put this in or put this series under because I know it's gonna be in the 20s, but there's no way it's going to hit 30 episodes. I think it should be finished off before then. As Shota and Momo and Izuku have to go get some supplies for some hero gear that they're trying to use just for convenience. So like I make it happen. So All Might doesn't find Sludge Villain the first time, but he does. But the Sludge Villain does attack Bakugo like he did in canon. Before I continue further on into the story, just a reminder for you guys, because if I don't, occasionally a new person comes in and asks why I put UA, why I'm using UA as a college. So like in all my what ifs, UA is a college, so Izuku and Momo and Shota are either around 18 or 19 years old. And Izuku's sister, she's already in UA. I just don't know what year I'm gonna put her at. I just don't remember what I said. I would have to watch from the first episode to the series and start from all the way to episode 10, and I don't really have that much time on my hands tonight because it's already 11 o'clock. I want to get this out early, so I don't have to worry about it. I know what I'll do. I'll put um I'll put Kennedy in the same age, the same class with the big three. So technically, they're technically the big four because Kennedy is on. They refer them as the big four instead of the big three because I'm adding Kennedy into the mix. That gives Nijire a female friend. So because there's like in canon, there's only Nijire and this Mario and a guy that could eat animal and use that as a quirk for some reason. Yeah, he's a weird guy, a weird character. His quirk is odd. I wonder if he like ate a part of like a shark that he would have like shark appearance or some teeth or something. That would be kind of cool. But let's get on back to the story. Oh, sorry guys, I had the wrong picture up. Sorry guys, I had the early thumbnail when Ezekiel was younger. So this is Ezekiel when he's 18, 19 years old. So he looks exactly like in the picture in the thumbnail. I'm changing the location of the villain attack. They're at the mall getting supplies. As you have Momo and Shota, they have their arms wrapped around Izuku. Momo on the right and Shota on the left. As after they were getting done for the things that the girls need, as Izuku hears a loud explosion outside the store, Izuku's having a panic attack. As Shota and Momo calm him down. Calm down, Izuku. Just calm down. Just breathe in and breathe out. As the girls comfort him, as Shota lifts his chin up, are you all right? Are you good, Izuku? I'm fine, Shota. Thanks. I'll be fine. Come on, you two. I need to scout the situation. Oh, sorry, guys. As Izuku sees the sludge villain, this capturing random people that are walking inside the mall, as you have several, police officers, they chased him. A couple heroes and a couple officers chased the sludge villain while he went into a high populated area, capturing random people, trying to suffocate them, trying to use one of them to escape by using their body like a meat puppet. As Shota and Momo see Izuku, as he dials his phone, as it's ringing, "Nephew, what do you need?" "I'm at the mall and there's a villain attack. Sludge. Looks some sort of sludge creature. Quirk. Sludge quirk, most likely. A blob. Or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Do I have authorization to neutralize the villain?" The heroes on scene and the officers there are incapable of handling the situation. "Very well, nephew. I give you full authority over this operation. Bring that thing back alive. Understood?" "Yes, Aunt." "I'll send the contain unit immediately." "Understood, Aunt." As Izuku hangs up, as the sludge villain tries to run away, as Izuku creates an ice wall blocking his path, as the sludge villain tries to turn around, as another wall forms in front of him, as he's looking back, as Izuku walks up to the sludge villain on the side, "I suggest you let the people go." Bakugo's in there too, but he's fully inside it, so he can't really do anything. He's losing consciousness. "I suggest you let these civilians go. It'll be less painful for you." He's like, "Shut up, kid. I didn't know that freak was going to be in town. I need to use one of these hostages as a meat puppet. If you don't want them to die, I suggest you back away." By this time, helicopters are surrounding the building or the mall. There's several units starts coming down off a rope, off the helicopters. Several Hero Supporters Task Force officers come rolling in as they flap machines around the area, as they blast it, as Izuki smiles as he knows what they're doing. "You should have came quietly, villain." Let me find that picture real fast. There it is. As the sound waves, it basically cancels his quirk to make it he can't structure anything. Sorry, structure anything, as he can't form at all. As everyone falls down coughing. As the Hero Suppressed Task Force come in, as they neutralize the sludge villain, as they all salute. "I wasn't expecting to see you here, sir." "No problem. Make sure the civilians are alright. Capture that villain and take him back to home base. I'll deal with the authorities." Several of the heroes are trying to recommend him, Deku, for interfering. As Deku Izuku says, "Shut up. I don't want to hear anything from you. Why were you just standing around doing nothing? You were just going to let this kid die. This is officially a Hero Suppressed Task Force operation. I am Agent Jack Frost from the Hero Suppressed Task Force." As he flaps the badge, "I have full authority here. Your assistance is no longer required. Now leave the area or we'll bring you, or we'll take you in. As a lot of the heroes don't want to do it, but they have no choice. As they're not believing, Izuku. Kami was like, I don't believe you. You're just a kid. As Izuku looks at him, you really want to test me, hero? Kami Woods, I know of you. As Izuku says facts about Kami Woods, like private life, as how did you know that? As he puts his hands behind his back, I might not be in uniform, Kami Woods. Or should I say your real name? No, 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 no. Very well. I'm well informed of certain heroes that catches my interest. And the Heroes Task Force always keep tabs on their heroes to make sure they in stay in the lines of the law. As Ezekiel just continues and as he just turns around, as he starts giving orders to his men, as Momo and Shota sees this, as he has like a very direct commanding authority when it comes to this, as they were taken aback by that, but Shota likes this whole authority version of Izuku. So does Momo. As he walks up to Momo and Shota, are you ready, girls? I think we're done here. As she's like, yeah. I didn't realize, I know you were a part of the Hero Suppressed Task Force, but I didn't realize you were that high up. As Shota, says that. I forgot to say Shota says that at the beginning, but whatever. Yes, I got pretty high up in the rankings during my disappearance. All Might never makes an appearance because there was another crime that he saw on the way trying to chase the sludge villain. So there was no All Might rescue, but there was a Quirk Suppress Hero Support Task Force rescue. As the media comes over to Izuku, as they ask him a bunch of questions. As like, how can you be? You're so young. As he's like, yes, my age is. I am quite young to be in the position I am in the Hero Task Force. Don't be fooled by my age. I am fully capable of holding this position and taking charge of a situation to nullify the villain and rescue as many civilians as possible. The Hero Suppressed Task Force do not care for popularity, fame, or glory. Our main concern is keeping the heroes underfoot. Make sure they do what they're supposed to. They don't abuse their power, and to take out villains that are, as he's like, how would he say that? The heroes are not able to take. There will be no more further questions. Please leave the area, or you will be retained. As you know, they were forced to leave as everything is all tidy up. As Izuku's aunt thanks Izuku for his efforts in this. As they take Shota and Momo home, as they both give Izuku a kiss after they, as they take him home, or as Izuku takes them home with the driver that he has. If we cut to the next day, as Momo has to do training on her own for her quirk, but Shota and Izuku are training for a little bit. As Shota's like, so are you considering your family as high up as they are in the hero world, are you taking the recommendations? As Izuku's like, no, I can't. Even if I wasn't ordered to, I would take the normal exams, but I'm forced to take the the exams regardless to show that hero the Hero Suppress Task Force members or agents don't get a handout. They go about their joining UA the normal route. At least that's what I've been informed, Shota. As Shota goes over to Izuku, gives him a hug. She's like, "I really don't want you to, but you kind of, I have, you have no choice in the matter. I understand. Sucks because I kind of want you there in recommendations. I know, Shota, but it's how it has to be. Don't worry, Shota. Regardless if I take the recommendations or the exam, I'm passing regardless." You're quite confident today. I thought you didn't want to go to UA. As Izuku's like, I don't, but it's a mission, so I take this very seriously. And she socks him on the arm. Whatever. Good for you. I like this. I like this new side of you, Izuku. Let's get back to training. As they train together for a couple days, as she does her own training, getting ready for the study wise to get ah I totally messed that up. As she does her own training by herself, Izuku has to concentrate on studying. That won't take him very long, as he continually trains with his quirk, with his sister. Yeah, so she made sure to make sure he's she made sure that he was okay to join. Sorry, he was good and ready to take the exam, even though he doesn't really need the training. But she wanted to have an excuse to spend time with her own little brother. So that's how that's going to work. As we cut to one day during the training, as Izuku and his sister are fighting, as Izuku sees his mother, as she's like, "Mom," or as Izuku's like, "Mom, I want to talk to you." As Inka's like, "What is it, dear?" As Kennedy is looking at this, like, smiles, as Izuku's being a lot more friendly, a little more friendlier, not so hostile towards Izuku. He hasn't totally forgiven her yet, but it's going to be a slow process. I know we have our problems, Mother, but I want you to take a good look at this. As Izuku has one of her prototypes, one of the quirkless, that quirkless girl of her own, a prototype that she had that she let him borrow to show to his mother, just to get her mother on board with the idea. It's like a hero item. What's this? This is well made. Yeah, it's a girl in my class. She's quirkless, but she has the talent to be in the hero support course. I think it was called. She's applying for the general studies, but she belongs in the support course class. Personally, with her talents, it would be such a waste to not nurture this creativity talent. We need more people with a creative mind when it comes to hero support to a hero gear. Don't you agree, Mother? And she's like, yeah, it is. I don't want you to make a judgment right away, Mother. Let's let's meet the girl, and here's her number. I told her that you would give her a call. Meet the girl. She'll show you what she's capable of, what she has, and I'll leave the decision to you. I do have a alternative motive. Want her in a hero suppress. want her to make hero gear. I want someone to make my hero gear that I could trust, and I trust this girl. As Inka's like, fine, fine, sweetheart. I'll check it out just because you asked, because you're asking me. As we cut to the first, actually, we cut to the UA entrance exam. As during this time, Inka has been visiting this quirkless girl that has, she's a, straight up, genius. Now it's not Mei Hasme because Mei Hasme has a quirk called Zoom, I think, or something like that. I don't know what that is, but it's not Mei Hasme. But let's say it was a Melissa Shield because they're in a private school, so she's pretty rich, and her father wanted her to experience school outside of Island to give her some life experience. So yeah, she'll be in Miss Melissa Shield is I'm going to be because I'm adding Melissa Shield to this. What if outside of Island stuff that I normally don't do. Now she's going to be the same around the same age as EZQ, 18 or 19, because everyone's aged up, so they all match up. And if Melissa's older, she's around the same age for this what if. So get that out of the way. The recommendations are already been done with. That's for I don't know exactly when the recommendation takes place, but let's say it takes place before the entrance exam, because I would figure the recommendations would be before. That would be recommendations would be something more special than they'll be the first one to do their tests than the regular entrance exam. That's for this what if. Izuku doesn't. When he was at the mall, he technically did rescue everyone, but he didn't really doesn't know who has the explosion quirk. But yeah, he doesn't like that quirk very much. I don't think he'll like Bakugo either, with his explosion personality. As Izuku doesn't meet Araka yet. They will meet. That interaction will be around the same. But as Izuku walks in, sits down quietly, as Shota and Momo wave at him, they're on the top level, observing the entrance exam. And Momo and Shota wants to go there just to see how Izuku does. As we continue, as he goes take the test, the written portion of the test, as about 15 minutes later, Izuku answers all the questions, hands it back to the teacher, as he's the first one out, as Momo and Shota sees that, as Momo's talking to Shota. So how do you think he did in the written portion of the test, Shota? Knowing our Izuku, he's probably passed that pretty fast. He was always pretty bright. As Momo's like, yeah, agree. He's almost as smart as me. Almost. As, she's proud of her intellect. As everyone get in the room, as they're going around explaining everything. As everyone's looking at Izuku, because he's in full uniform, by the way, in the Hero Suppressed Task Force. He's in full uniform, as they're wondering why he's dressed that way. As they already went through the pointers, the 0 pointers, all the robots, so I don't need to really say much about that. As Ida's like walks up to, he's like walks up to Izuku. Excuse me, I believe you're in the wrong area. I know that uniform. That's the Hero Suppressed Task Force. They don't belong taking the exam. As Izuku, and you are? Tinu Ida. And what's that behind your? What's that around your neck? There, I highly doubt that's school regulated. No outside items should be used in this test. As Ezekiel's like, oh, you're one of those types. How about you mind your own business? Or it won't end well for you. As Ito's trying to grab the thing, but trying to take it off. As Ezekiel grabs his hand, you shouldn't do that. If you do that, you're dead. It's like, what, you threatening me? No, Ida. It 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 helps with my quirk. If you took that off, I'm afraid how close you are to me, you would die. So I suggest you sit. I suggest you mind your own fucking business. Step the fuck off me before I get unpleasant. As Ida storms off, he doesn't. He can't win this one because Izuku is not gonna go easy on him. And for your reference, I am before Ida leaves. I am a representation of the Hero Suppress Task Force. The teachers already know I'll be participating in this year's exam to show good faith between the Hero Suppress Task Force and the Hero Society. As Izuku walks off, he's done with Ida. As he goes to the front, as he sees, a brown haired girl, nervously. She's nervous as all hell. Short pause in the story. The reason why I made Melissa into this, because I didn't want to make a custom OC for the quirkless girl. So I just wanted to use someone that's already quirkless. So that's why I'm doing it. I know in canon she has her own, Island has her own school. But like I said before, David wants her to experience, a little bit of, outside of Island, see how the world is, and plus, Uncle All Might will be teaching, so she already knows about that. So that's one of the reasons why she wants to go. She won't be in the hero course, but she'll be in the support course after after Inko talked to her, and as she brought it up to Nezu, and they bumped her up to the support course with Mei Hasame, so they're going to get along quite swimmingly. Izuku looks over, he sees the brunette, as Izuku's like, you all right? And she's like, I'm fine. As what's wrong? It's like, it's kind of nerve wracking. I really don't want to mess this up. As Izuku's like, you just need to relax, breathe in and breathe out. You don't need to worry about that. Just do your best. That's all you could do. What's your quirk, by the way? As she's like, as she explained her quirk, he's like, interesting. What's the drawbacks? And she's like, nauseous. As she's like, how about this, Araka? As Araka's like, what? How about me and you team up together? That's like, isn't that against the rules? There's never said in the rules that we can't team up. And also, there's a hidden portion of the test that no one has realized. At least people that have a brain would be able to realize it by now, but as she's like, what? It's a hero school, so it's only logical that they would have some sort of point system for team ups and rescues. After all, that's what a hero's supposed to do, right? It's like, well, that didn't make sense. So what? Is it like a hidden thing of the test? Most likely. As the gates open, as present Mike was, there's no countdown to real life, as he says, go go go, as Araka and Izuku take out several robots as Araka rushes over, touches a few, as Izuku creates a ice scythe as he's slicing through the robots as they're doing this throughout the whole test. Izuku could easily take out all of them by himself, but he wants to work on teamwork and see how well he works with other people. So this is just a test run for him. All Might's witnesses this. He's like, huh, smart lad. Of course, All Might. He's my son after all. Despite our personal problems, he was always the bright one. I didn't imagine him to pick up to the hidden meaning to the test so early on. Of course he caught on pretty early on, sister-in-law. As Inko's like, sister, you're here. Where's my brother? As he's doing hair work right now. He couldn't get free. So one of us at least had to be here. Understood. It seems like he's taking the cooperation route. And with her quirk and his, it seems like she has some sort of zero gravity quirk. Interesting. During the robot exam, Izuku and Araka have ranked up quite a bit of villain points. Well, Izuku most likely did a whole lot of villain points, but Araka had teamwork. I don't know what form of points they would be called. Got the villain points. Then you got the rescue points. Let's say teamwork points. As they rank up quite a bit of points because of Izuku teaming up with Araka early on. That she's going to get a much better score when it comes to points in general, as they have rescued quite a few students because they were unprepared for the 3-pointers. As suddenly they hear rumbling on the ground as everyone sees a 0-pointer. As Araka was about to get hit by a rubble, as Izuku creates a half ice barrier, a half ice dome blocking the rubble. As Araka's like, "Thank you, Izuku, no problem. Why don't you step back? I'll handle this from here." As Araka's like, "What are you doing? That's suicide." Don't worry, I need to see how well my quirk activates. I want to see where I'm at in my quirk. A test. You might want to stand back a little further. It could get quite cold. As he creates several ice constructs of a skull, as they all fly up, surrounding the 0-pointer, as they shoot out ice picks out of his mouth, as it's aiming for the eyes or the sensors on top, as it's officially blind, as Izuku unbuttons a little bit of his collar, as he creates an ice scythe, as he goes in a running start, as he jumps up as ice platforms pop out of the ground, as he's using that, as he's running up towards the 0-pointer, as he jumps up, slashes downwards. Cutting the 0-pointer almost in half entirely, as it hit the power core, as Izuku jumps out of the way, as he creates a slide, as he slides down, as the 0-pointer blows up. Now his eyesight was pretty big, so he cut right through that sucker pretty fast. As Izuku, as soon as he hits the ground, creates a ice wall blocking from any debris from hitting anyone from the opposite side. Not only did he take out the zero point, but he makes sure that no civilians or no other students, future students or potential future students, were hurt in the exercise. He could have easily froze it and now be the end of it, but he wanted to test out his capabilities with his scythe, as he still has his collar on. He has tweaked it a little bit to make it more better, but not by much. Now, because of Araka and Izuku teaming up early on, she wasn't injured, so there's no recovery girl scene. So as Araka says thank you, as she goes as a test, and she says thank you as they go their separate ways. As Shota and Momo come over to Izuku, congratulate on a well done test. She's like, I didn't know you could do that with your eyes. And she's getting kind of irritated that Izuku's a lot more advanced with ice than she is. Izuku grabs Shota by the face, by the chin, and she lifts her chin up. It's like, you ever need special training, you know where to find me. As Shota's like, stop being a flirt. I'm serious, Shota. If you need help, I know you won't be able to do a lot of stuff I could do because of our quirks a little different, but I could get you on par with your ice. I can't really help you with the whole fire thing you got going on, but the ice, I could at least instruct you on the best way to use it with your quirk. As she grabs Izuku by the collar, as she's like, is that a promise? As Izuku's like, yeah, that's a promise. As she kisses him. All the students see that, as Momo kind of feels left out. As he grabs Momo's hand. Don't worry, you'll get one too. As Izuku smiles, as she's blushing. What? As Izuku kisses Momo, as she's wasn't expecting that. Shota, at first, she thought she would get really upset about that, but somehow she's like kind of okay with it. She puts it back in her mind. They're not putting it together that they should both share him at the same time, but that will get to a certain point in the story that will occur. But let's continue forward. My parents can't even do what I do with ice. My dad could sort of do it to a certain degree, but my quirk is a lot more advanced than my father's. The drawbacks are a lot more severe, as he points to the collar. As Izuku and Momo and Shota spend the rest of the day to themselves, as they all hang out with each other. As Izuku took them out to eat and a date with two girls, because he's not going to do separate dates because that would be kind of a hassle. So he just straight up took them both on a date. As he mentioned that he's taking them both on a date. As like, shouldn't we separate the dates? As he's like, no, too much of a bother. As he grabs both of them by the hand as they go off on their little date. As we're gonna stop it there. Next part we'll go through, getting the letters. Well, actually, we'll probably skip the letters and go straightly for the first day of UA, because straight off the bat, Izuku got first place. That's because it's the way how powerful he is. There's no reason for him not to get first place. With his villain points, his rescue points, and with his teamwork and using teamwork in the exam, yeah, there was two hidden score settings that no one really thought of except for Izuku. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. So catch you guys next time.